To start off, I'm a 16-year-old female. I was visiting my mum's apartment for the weekend with my sister. We go there every weekend or every other weekend to see her. We arrived at about 10 in the morning and brought in our pillows and movies or whatever from my grandma's car. We get inside and chill there for a couple of hours, watching TV, before my sister says that she's hungry. My mum said, okay, what do you want? Pizza? I said I was okay with having pizza, and my mum said that she would have to run to Kroger's, which is less than a mile away. She said that she would also get some movies from Redbox. My sister then asked if she could go with my mum to Kroger's. My mum said that she could and asked if I would be okay in the apartment by myself. I said I would because I knew I would be. I'll be gone 20 minutes tops, okay? My mum said. She didn't like leaving me alone, but she thought it would be okay, as she told me later. Now, my mum's apartment is in kind of a crappy place, where sex trafficking people have been spotted, drug dealers and thieves and stuff. But I was on the 3rd floor of one of many surrounding apartment buildings with tons of neighbors, so I figured I would be fine. Okay, but lock the door, okay? And you know not to open it unless it's me, right? Yes, Mum, I'll be fine. They left soon after, and I was sitting in the couch, on my phone with Jerry Springer playing in the background. It was about 10 minutes after they left when I heard the doorknob jiggle. I looked up, not feeling scared right away, but also feeling a little wary. I should mention that I carry a pocket knife everywhere with me, and the blade is about 3 to 4 inches long. It was sitting on the coffee table in front of me when I got up to go to the door. I'm only 5'3", and I knew not to open the door, so I grabbed a chair and stood on it to look through the peephole, and that's when I shit my pants. On the other side was some Mexican guy, just standing there, trying to open the door. Of course, being how I am, I tried to laugh myself out of being afraid because I had no reason to think that he was going to do something to me. Maybe he just had the wrong room? I'd never seen him before though, and I don't know everyone in the building personally, but I'd seen them all at least once, and he definitely wasn't one of them. Hey, man, I think you got the wrong room. He froze, his eyes glued to the door handle, and then at the peephole. He probably could tell exactly where I was when I spoke. I swear, we made eye contact, and the white of his eyes was so yellow I thought he had jaundice or something. Then, all of a sudden, he started ramming his shoulder into the door, like full-on shoulder ramming like in a football game or something. I jump off the chair and grab my phone and knife and run into a room with a window and lock the door. I call my mum's friend, who lives in the apartment building across the street, and start crying hysterically and said, Jess, someone's trying to break in. Call the cops and bring Chris. Please, just get over here. She didn't even hesitate. Oh, shit. Okay, we're coming. Within seconds of hanging up, I call my mum. The guy is still hitting the door and he's yelling in frustration now. My mum picks up after a few rings and I tell her what I told her friend, and that she was coming with Chris and she needed to get here quick. All she said was, I'm coming. By the time I saw Jess make her way down 2 flights of stairs and across the road with her boyfriend, my mum was flying down the road and was there within mere seconds of me calling. They all race inside and I hear everyone yelling in the hallway. I unlock the door and peek outside of the apartment and see Chris holding the guy against the wall while my mum hugs me and Jess is screaming at him. Long story short, the police arrived and took my statement, and the man first denied it by saying that he thought it was his room. But then he ended up confessing that he wanted to see me and talk to me because apparently he thought I was pretty. The police officers had him in handcuffs and ran a background check on him, and what came up wasn't surprising. He had a warrant for an assault charge on a woman, and had been arrested for kidnapping. Yeah, we didn't sleep that night. To start off, I'm a 25-year-old stay-at-home mother of 2, and I no longer feel safe in my apartment. When we moved in almost 3 years ago, I put a second lock on our door. Our daughter was only 2 at the time, so we put it on there to keep her in. But now I'm convinced that it's helped keep someone out, in fact. A few months ago, something really strange happened, and I didn't think too much about it at first, but it slowly made me feel unsafe and really paranoid. I think that someone has been trying to open our door. The first time it happened, my daughter was not in school yet, and my son was only a few months old. My partner works different hours every day, but usually he'll let me know around the time he'll be home, so I can unlock the top lock so he can let himself in with the key. My daughter was 4 at the time, and would usually greet her father at the door when he got home. This night, it doesn't seem like she greeted him, but someone else was at the door. I was sitting on the couch with my infant son and thought that I heard someone try to open the door, but it stopped because it was locked, which is normal. Sometimes my partner will try to open the door before unlocking it. My daughter heard that and ran to the door like normal. For some reason though, this time, she decided that she would unlock the door and open it to greet him. She doesn't normally do that. I hear her open the door and then shut the door, and I was about to scold her for opening the door by herself when she came in and told me that it wasn't Daddy. I was really thrown off by this. She said it in a sweet, innocent voice, like it's just another thing. But I kind of got freaked out, and I went and locked both the locks to the door and asked her if it was the neighbors. We know our neighbors kind of well, but she said no, that it was a guy. She didn't really get why I was asking her these questions. I told my partner about it, and we told her the importance of never opening the door herself again. And now I keep that top lock locked. I kind of put it out of my mind though, and wrote it off as a weird accident. A few weeks later though, I felt like I had heard that very familiar sound of the door trying to open, but being locked again, but just tried not to have it get to me. One night, at around 12:30, the kids were in bed and my partner and I were watching some late night TV. We heard someone again try to open the door, but this time they then rang the doorbell and lightly knocked. My partner looked out the peephole and saw 3 men. I told him absolutely to not answer it, and he said that they just left. I went to the window and looked outside, cautiously because I didn't want to be seen, but I never saw anyone leave, which made me believe that they may have been sitting in the stairwell waiting for us to answer the door. I felt like calling the police, but wasn't completely sure that telling them some people rang the bell and tried to open the door would really be something that they would even care about, so I just didn't. I started to become a bit more paranoid though, and honestly felt a little targeted. I'm sure that sounds silly, but we have lived here for 3 years, and only in the last few months has this been happening. Well, it's still not over either. The scariest time is coming up now. So, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, my partner had another late night shift. This time it was almost 3 a.m. and we heard a sound. Now, our daughter is now 5, but sometimes will have nightmares and come out to us. When she does, she'll usually jump off her loft bed and run to a door. That night, we heard the sound of what we thought was our daughter waking up and running to a door. So my partner opened a door. He then looked at me strangely, and right when that happened, there was a giant thud at our door and another running sound. We realized then that it was someone running on the stairs outside. My partner looked through the peephole and saw no one. I looked outside, and I didn't see anyone either. That night, I took my kids into our room, locked the bedroom door and pushed something heavy in front of the door, and after having a panic attack where I thought I might actually need medical attention, I just silently cried myself to sleep. We got hold of the landlord the next morning and were told that she would try to get someone to patrol the area. Since then, I haven't opened the door for anyone, other than people that I know are coming over, and nothing else has really happened. That is, until today, which is why I'm sharing this right now. I had just gotten out of the shower. My daughter is at school, partner is at work, and my son was in pack and play. I was trying to get dried off when I hear a knocking at the door. I'm not expecting anyone, so I wasn't going to answer it. But then I hear the door try to open. I didn't really know what to do. I was just sitting there naked, but I was just so tired of this that I put a robe on and grabbed a knife, just in case. But when I looked at the people, no one was there again. I'm looking into moving. I just can't handle being here anymore. I feel really unsafe and violated that someone or some people keep trying to open our door, especially with my kids here. Anyway, I needed to vent, and if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below.